Hi, my name is Drusha. Today we are going to see what are the constructors in the Java programming. We are talking about the constructor. Constructor is a block of statements which provide a particular, when we call the constructor, when we need to call an object, when we need to create an object, we call the constructor. Or when we want to create an instance of a class, we create a constructor. So what exactly is the constructor? Why we use the constructor? Because in a practical example, when we write the multi lines of code, we define the code, we divide the code in a specific task. We provide a constructor a specific task. If you want to change any type in the constructor, we not need to change the program. We just need to change that particular constructor type, constructor code. So in the constructor, there are the two types of constructor. First is the parameterized constructor and non-parameterized constructor. Also before that we see what exactly constructor write. Okay, so constructor is it is similar to the method, but when we define the constructor, in the method we define the access specifier. Before the defining the method, access specifier, null value, and after that the method name. So in the constructor we just define the constructor name. We define the constructor name similar to the class name firstly, and after that the parenthesis. So it is called the constructor. We generate the constructor. In the Java programming, if we not define the constructor also, Java is defaultly provide the constructor. Okay, and the default constructor right now, which constructor I am telling you before this, it is called the default constructor, like only the class name and the parenthesis, which gives us the default value, which is called the zero value. When we run the program, we get the zero value from the default constructor. After that, the parameterized constructor. What exactly the parameterized constructor? We use the parameters, like we providing the value to that in the parenthesis. So take an example, like I give the value integer num and integer string name. So in that way we generate the parameterized constructor. After that, what exactly the rules of creating the constructor. Now we are talking about the rules. So rules, as I before said, we need to the basic class name defined in the while creating the constructor, right? After that, constructor basically no return type, right? We don't have to give the return type to the constructor. Next concept is we don't have to mention the static and final in the constructor while creating. Also after that, the method is called the constructor overloading. What exactly the constructor overloading? Constructor overloading is similar to the method overloading. In this, the constructor, we just need to write the same constructor name as a class name. We define the multiple types of constructor, but we just need to change the parameterized value. Parameter when we need to change, which create the constructor overloading. In the method overloading also same, we declare the same method name, but in the parenthesis we give the different argument value, like that. After this, in this way, chaining concept is also there. So chaining concept is like that. Constructor is communicating with each other. They sharing the data to each other. This is called the chaining in the constructor. So this is all about the constructor in the Java programming. Thank you so much.